Hi, I'm Fragoso, and I'm going to be making really healthy, easy, simple meals for you with real food ingredients. Today, I'm starting with bone broth, and bone broth sounds kind of creepy and scary, but if you go to any fine dining establishment, you will find awesome, amazing bone broth in the kitchen because it's the base for so many great recipes. And it's also, we've got kids in the background, so you just have to deal with the noise. It's my life, it's my house. And also the great thing about bone broth is the healing properties. And so often we have leaky gut issues or gut health issues in general. And just implementing some broth into your diet is so important to help heal your gut and just to maintain a healthy balance of minerals. You get so many minerals from bone broth that you might not get otherwise in your diet, like calcium and magnesium and potassium. Not to mention, it tastes great. And another cooking demo down the road, we're gonna actually use the bone broth that I make today to implement into a recipe, so you don't just have to drink it. You can make soup out of it or add it to recipes. So let's get started. So we're using beef marrow bones today. I have two beautiful beef shanks, and I also have a knuckle bone. And I like to use the beef shanks and a knuckle bone because the meat really imparts an awesome flavor along with the bone marrow. So before you start your broth, you always wanna roast your bones. That's super important because if you don't, it kind of leaves this minerally taste that's not super groovy for most folks, and what we like instead is like that real unctuous umami beef flavor. So before you roast your bones, you want to season them with salt, so just a little sprinkle of sea salt. And I'm using two shanks and one knuckle bone, but it's really at your discretion. Even if you use just knuckle bones, that's fine too, but it's nice, like I said, to get that extra flavor of the beef. So once you sprinkle both sides with sea salt, all you're gonna do is just pop it in your oven at 400, and you're just gonna roast those off until the meat is brown and you kind of see the marrow, which is this part here, start to bubble out, because then you know it's ready to go into your stock. So we're gonna pop that in the oven. And then we're gonna get our veggies ready, and I've already done most of the prep work so you don't have to watch me chop. But what I have here is about 6 stalks of celery, just roughly chopped. And I like to leave the leaves on because there's a lot of flavor in that part. And then I've got 4 carrots, same thing. If they're organic, don't peel them because there's so many nutrients in the peel and flavor too. So I've got 4 carrots that I've chopped up. I have 1 yellow onion that I've cut in half and then quartered. And then I've got some garlic here. And what I like to do with the garlic, super time saver and also imparts a lot of flavor. All you do is you take your garlic clove and you hit it with the flat side of your knife. So you smash it really easily, you can peel it, and then bam, you're done. You're just ready to pop that in. And my secret ingredient is fresh parsley. So I just throw in a big handful of it just like that. And then fresh ginger. This is awesome. You can put anything in bone broth, but I love the way the ginger gives it that flavor. So what I do is I just slice off a couple of pieces. Same thing, I don't even worry about peeling it because you're not eating the vegetables that go into the broth, you're just getting the flavor out of them. So nice big pieces of ginger, about 4 slices. And then for our seasoning, I've got some black peppercorns here, about a tablespoon. I have 2 bay leaves, and then I'm gonna throw in some sea salt later. Here's the most important ingredient that you have to use when you're making bone broth. Otherwise, you're gonna miss out on some of that nutrient content that you'd get otherwise, and that's apple cider vinegar. So make sure you add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to your broth, because that helps pull those minerals out of the bones. So once the bones are done roasting, we're gonna put it all together. So we'll be back in just a minute to finish off the broth. Okay, our bones are done roasting and it smells unbelievably awesome in here. So as you can see, they're nice and brown and bubbly, and the marrow, you can start to see it kind of oozing out. I know that's not a great food word, but what the heck, it's what it's doing. So we're gonna take our beautiful marrow bones and beef shanks and move them to the crock pot. So they're gonna go right into the bottom of our slow cooker. And you can make bone broth in the slow cooker, you can make it on the stove top, you can even use your pressure cooker. I'm a sucker for the slow cooker because my life is crazy, and what I can do is put everything in here, shut the lid, leave my house. It takes 24 hours to make real legit bone broth. So you wanna make sure it goes at least that long. You can eat it sooner than that, but to really get that nice, yummy quality that you want in your bone broth, then you want it to let it go for 24 hours. So we've got the bones in the bottom of our crock pot, and I'm gonna pour the apple cider vinegar right on top. And then I'm gonna toss in the peppercorns. If you want a little spice to your bone broth, add more. Or you can even put in like some red peppers too. You could use lemongrass to make like an Asian style to add with that ginger. The sky's the limit. A couple of bay leaves go in. Then I'm just gonna toss in all the veggies on top. Nice and easy. Remember, don't peel your carrots, leave the greens on your celery. Throw in the onions, toss in the garlic, toss in the ginger. Oh man, I wish you guys could smell this. Parsley right on top. And then a little more sea salt because we want to make it nice and yummy. And you can always season at the end too, but I've done this so many times, I kind of just eyeball it, put in about a tablespoon to half a tablespoon of sea salt. And then you want to start with cold water. So I have cold water ready to go. And we put in enough just to cover the meat and the veggies. And that's it. So stinking easy. I like to do this on the weekends so that for the rest of the week we can wake up, drink some bone broth in the morning like it's coffee. Great way to start your day. Or add it to different things that I'm gonna make. So make sure, really important guys, that you plug in your slow cooker. If you forget to do that, it just doesn't work out so well. So plug in the slow cooker, turn it on low. 24 hours later, you're ready to go. So I have some bone broth over here that I'd like to show you guys. This is already done. I made this a few days ago. See the nice, beautiful brown color? That's what you're achieving. This is warmed up because I've been drinking it, but what you want is when you put it in the refrigerator, you want it to create a nice gelatin on top. That means that you've achieved the kind of bone broth that you want. That's a really good, high quality bone broth. If it doesn't do that, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means maybe you had your crock pot turned up a little bit too high or your pressure cooker too high if you did it on the stove. Otherwise, it's still delicious and good for you and fine, but that's really the achievement that you want. But you can see inside this bone broth, I don't know, maybe you can, that you can see like the nice little fat bubbles floating around. That means you've got a lot of that good bone marrow in there, so that's a really good bone broth. But the beef broth is my absolute favorite, so I hope you guys enjoy and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. For more on me, please visit my website, sarahfragoso.com, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss anything. And if you want the full recipe from today's shoot, just click the link below and you can get it there. See you next time.